Hi everyone, this is Laura Renner here with Freedom Makers and the next episode of our All Systems Go Productivity Hacks. And I'm here with Madelyn Mackie, the Chief Career Activator at Activate Your Career Dreams, a career consultation firm. Hi Madelyn.
Hi Laura, hi everybody out there.
Thanks for joining us today.
I'm really excited to be here to share some really cool productivity hacks.
Awesome, thank you. And so today you're going to talk about canned responses or templated emails, but specifically in Gmail?
Correct.
Cool.
So for my business, I have to send a lot of email to my clients, and sometimes I answer the same question over and over and over again. So I have set up some templates through my Google business account to be able to make things a lot easier.
Wonderful. So before we get there and learn how you do that, because I know a lot of us business owners send the same emails over and over and could probably use this hack, will you tell us a little bit about your business?
Sure. So I'm a career consultant, and what I do is I help people find jobs. So I help them with all of the operational side of things, whether it's their resume, their LinkedIn profile, their cover letters, their job search strategy, interview prep. So I call myself the career activator because I help you find the job. Once you figure out what you want to be when you grow up.
Nice. Wonderful. All right. And so how do you use templated emails? Like what situations do they come up for you to use them?
So a client will reach out to me and say, "Hi, I'd like to take advantage of your complimentary consultation." So I'll send them that templated email with all the instructions on how to set up that appointment. Or after that consultation, they're ready to purchase and they're like, "I want to purchase your services. What do I do next?" So I have a templated email that says, "Here's your first, second, and third steps." Then we write the resume, I send them their resume, and I have another templated email that shows them, "Here's how you schedule your appointment to review the resume." And then when we're all done and I send them their final resume, I use another template email saying, "Here's your final career documents, and if there's anything else I can do to be of service, let me know." So my entire workflow process, I have built in these emails or these communication devices for my clients so that I make sure I'm conveying exactly what I want to say. I don't forget any of the crucial information, and it makes my life a lot easier because after we all know as consultants and business owners, you need to kind of strike when the iron is hot. So after they've had that consultation, they're ready to buy. So the sooner I can get the right information in their hands, the sooner I can close the deal. And that's where having these templated emails really, really help.
Okay, awesome. So if I could summarize or recap what you were saying, it's useful for sales follow-up, for onboarding, and for ending the service or closing out the service. And you can, it helps so you don't forget to include important information. And then it's faster, so you're taking advantage of the enthusiasm while it's there, but also it's you're not having to go search like in your sent folder, where's the last time I sent that email? Like it's just faster.
Yes.
So it's more efficient, but you're also taking advantage of the enthusiasm.
It's definitely more efficient. It's taking advantage of the enthusiasm, and it's accuracy. We've all been in that situation where we're like, "Oh no, I sent them the wrong information," or I copied and pasted from that sent email, but I customized it a little bit for that particular client, but I didn't mean to send that information to this other client. For me, it just makes it a lot cleaner. And I think my clients really appreciate it because they can get answers to their questions. So I definitely use it for my full sales cycle. But, as a career coach, people will always email me and say, "What's the best job board to use? What's the best resource to find the salary information? How should I answer the tell me about yourself question?" And so the questions that I kept getting over and over again, I made another set of template emails. So I'm able to still provide the service to the client with all this great information. And with job seekers, sometimes they're in a hurry. They're like, "I have an interview tonight. Can you answer this question for me real quick?" Mm-hmm. And I love that I'm able to do that. And I think, honestly, that's one of the value adds on my business is that my clients always say, "Madelyn will respond immediately." And it's not necessarily that Madelyn, types up these customized emails right there on the spot. it's that I've already done the work ahead of time. And so I can just, when I'm sitting at my computer, answer 10 emails to my clients within in under a minute. And it's really, really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like there's less brain power too. So like it's the end of
Yeah.
the show, like what is that salary site? You just got to hit send.
Yeah. And it's easy to update too. So when there's new information, I'll just like, oh, let me update the new information. And now it's ready to go out.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I look forward to learning how to do this and implementing it into my own business. Hint, hint, I already do, but I learned it from Madelyn before we filmed this. So Madelyn, why don't you go ahead and show us how to do this in Gmail specifically?
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take control and make sure that you guys can see my screen. So first of all, to explain real quick, we say it's Gmail, but this is my Google Business account. So I use the Google Business Apps services, and when you look at my email, it'll be from, I'm going to send it to Laura at freedommakers.com. My from is going to be from Madelyn at madelynmackie.com. So it's still branded as my business, as Madelyn at madelynmackie.com. It's not from at gmail.com, even though it looks and behaves like a Gmail account. So that's kind of the first step. This only works if you can have a Gmail account for your business, but you know your business, so you really want to have a Google Business account so you can brand it with your website. Mm-hmm. So first thing I do to set that up is you need to come over here to the settings, because you have to turn on the canned response feature. So where is, oh, I have to move your little box. There it is. All right, so right underneath here in the little settings gear, you click settings. You come over to labs. And what labs is where different developers, software developers, have gone and created different fun, cool tools that you could add to your Gmail account. So the one I use and the one we're talking about is called Canned Response. And so what you're going to need to do is, most people, when you go into the settings, it's going to be on disabled. You just turn it on to enable, and then you're going to save your changes. Once you've done that, now the fun begins. So we're going to go back to my inbox. And let's say I want to send my client, I'm going to pull up one that I've already written. Here we go. I want to send my client an email about, let's get started on your new resume. So I put all of the content here in the email that I want to send to the client. And one of the things that really helps me is any of the information that I want them to see, I include hyperlinks to pages on my website with that information. And where that's helpful is that I'm not always having to update a document. You know, I can just update the website and the link is always the same. This link never changes, but if I change my prices or I change my intake form, I can always just update the website, but I don't have to worry about changing the link. So I embed, here are the next steps that the client has to do. And then you go to this upside down arrow, and I'm going to blow this up a little bit to make it easier on your viewers. You go to this upside down arrow down here at the bottom of the draft email. You click it and see right there, now you have the canned response. And over here I'll say new canned response, and I'll call it ready to purchase email, and click OK. So now it has saved this email. And we're all set. So the next time after I finish that career consultation with the client and they say, well, I'm ready to purchase, I say, I'm going to send you an email right now with all the information. I start a new message. I go to the upside down arrow. I hover over canned response and see it says insert. And I click the ready to purchase. And I have to change the subject. So I may say, you know, career consultation information. And then I can either just put their name, Dear Laura, but that's about all the customization I do. Everything else is already there. Now, one of the tricky things about the canned responses is it will copy every single thing you had in the body of the email. So when I copied and pasted that email, it also had my email signature. So one of the things you're going to want to do is delete the email signature. And the reason you're going to want to do that is because for most of us, every time we compose a message, your email signature, we've already pre-programmed the email signature, so you're going to want to take that out of the canned response if you've pre-programmed it. So if you ever need to update your saved canned responses, you just change it. So on this one, I deleted the signature. I go back over to that upside down arrow, canned response, and I save the ready to purchase. It's going to say, do you want to overwrite? I'm going to say okay. And now, close it out, compose new, insert, canned response, ready to purchase. There it is, all set and ready to go. And again, I changed the subject.
And you only have one.
And say that again, Laura?
And now you only have one signature block.
And now I only have one signature block. All the information is there, and I can just hit send, and now my client has all the information. And so it's really easy. It saves time. And I will tell you, I have probably 25 canned responses in my main email for all types of scenarios. So when I do my New Year's Eve virtual boot camp, that's all ready to go. When I have a speaking engagement and someone needs my bio, I have a canned response with my bio. Someone needs a description of my training sessions, I have that. Everything is canned response. And here's one thing that I love about working with Freedom Makers is I give access to one of my Freedom Makers. They have an email for my business. So sometimes I need the Freedom Maker to send an email on my behalf, and I want to make sure it's accurate and in my voice. So I have a separate Google business email, madelyn.mackie@activateyourcareerdreams, that my Freedom Maker that you provided has access to. And she has canned responses, and she'll be able to do an association outreach email, a happy holidays email, following up, would you please complete this survey? So every month she goes into her Gmail as me, sends a message to my clients, but it's the exact message that I want them all to receive. And that also makes things a lot easier because it doesn't necessarily have to be me tied to the computer sending the email. I can have somebody else do it, but I can guarantee that the message is the message that I want to have sent.
It's in your voice.
In my voice with all of my information, and it looks like me because they're sending it from one of my business accounts.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, this is fantastic. One thing I'll add to what I've learned is if I say, when I first create the canned response, and if it's a subject line I want to use, and I put that in there and save it, it will automatically populate with that subject line. However, if the subject line doesn't match what I need to know in order to choose that canned response, then I have to remember to erase it. But you can
change it.
The subject line as the name of your canned response, and then it automatically populates your subject line as well.
Exactly. That's a great shortcut. So yeah, I would have called this one next step for your resume, and you can just save it as that, and it definitely makes it a lot easier, a whole lot easier. Done. Right. So then the only thing I have to do is make sure I change their name of whoever they are. But it just makes your life so much easier.
Yes, this is fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
So Madelyn, I appreciate your time today. And if there are people watching who would like to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
They can contact me at info@activateyourcareerdreams.com. That's info@activateyourcareerdreams.com.
Wonderful. All right. And my name is Laura Renner again, and I'm the Managing Director for Freedom Makers. We provide military spouses as your virtual assistant. If you'd like to know more about that or use us to help you create things like canned responses or other productivity hacks you may have seen in our All Systems Go series, you can reach out to me at laura@freedom-makers.com or visit our website, www.freedom-makers.com. Thank you very much, Madelyn, and thank you, everyone. We will see you again soon.
See you guys later. Good luck on your business.